So today we're going to be checking out a brand new game called Isekai Slow Life. This game is basically a management simulator and also a character collector game where you can manage your own town as you level up and get more characters in the game. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips and advice to help you get started in this game. Plus, I will also show you why you should use Bluestacks when playing this game because you actually get a ton of benefits by doing so. And speaking of, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by Bluestacks. I have been using Bluestacks for a very long time and I have played a ton of other mobile games as well using Bluestacks. And so far, I can confidently say that Bluestacks has been very useful in terms of playing mobile games on PC. So if you want to try out Isekai Slow Life on PC, definitely make sure to check out my link in the description below to play this game on PC using Bluestacks. So basically what you do in this game is you manage your own town, just like what I said earlier. And basically what you're working with is you have a ton of buildings that you can upgrade. And as you can see here, I can level this up to increase the earnings rate. And you can also hire a ton of employees so that you can further increase your earnings in this town. So as you progress further into the game, you get more buildings. And the way you unlock more buildings to increase your earnings is you basically just have to progress by leveling up, and you can do that very easily by doing simple tasks, which is shown at the bottom left of the screen. So just to quickly show you what I have right now, currently I have a level 4 inn with 1000 employees, a spring resort at level 2 with 310, and a scroll shop with 410. I also have this one, which is like the potion shop with 700 employees. I also have a workshop, a school, and just recently I was able to unlock this one, which is like the central station with the horse stables and stuff. And my game plan for this was, I noticed that it's actually cheaper to upgrade the main building, which is the inn. So I focused on getting a ton of employees for this one so that I can increase my earnings for cheap. And if I remember correctly, the second building we get is this one, the potion shop. So this is the second one that has the most employees, and then so on and so forth. Because I also noticed that the newest building that you get happens to be the one that has the most expensive cost when it comes to getting more employees. So it only makes sense to upgrade the older ones first so that you can get the most out of your money. And in terms of characters, they basically have two types. So the first one, we have the fellow characters, which are basically the characters that you can assign in different buildings depending on their class. So as you can see at the top left of each character, they actually have different icons. And each icon corresponds to a different building, so that means that you can only assign them to a specific building. And so far, the only way I was able to get these characters is by leveling up my avatar. So as you can see, I'm currently level 13, and in this game, you can actually get one character every time you level up. So in this tab, these are all the characters that I was able to get, and at the same time, we also have the list of the characters that I'll be getting in each level. So in that sense, it's pretty easy to get characters. So going back to the fellow characters, just like what I said earlier, these are the characters that you slot in the different buildings so that you can increase the income for that specific building. But on top of that, these are also the characters that you will be using against the stage. So this is like the campaign for this game. And what you basically do is you click this and it will automatically progress. And the way you progress here is by increasing their points. And obviously, the higher points you get, the more stages you will be able to beat. And you do need to push this content because this will also be a requirement for unlocking different buildings in your city. And so far, it's been pretty easy. What I've been doing is I just upgrade every single character that I have to at least level 50. And if I need more power, I just upgrade another character by 50 levels, and that pretty much helps me push the levels easily. But aside from the fellow characters, you also have the family characters. They sort of have a weird name for this, but I guess you can think of it as like the companion for this game. So basically, the family characters are the special characters in this game that will further increase the stats and abilities for your fellow characters. So take Melody for example. Basically, she has different blessings that you can upgrade so that your main fellow characters can get more stats. And I actually looked around and see what the other characters do, and it's pretty much the same. The only difference is that they only buff 2 specific characters in your town. So what you can do is you can either pick the character that you really like when it comes to their design, or you can also look through the different family characters and see if you have any characters in your town which is getting the buff from the family character. So for me, I went for this character, not because she's buffing the specific characters in my town, but only because I like her design. I'm treating this game more like a casual game, and I'm not really like min-maxing everything to the limits. So I'm just trying to have fun and pick the characters that I like. The biggest difference between the fellow characters and the family characters is that for the family characters, you actually have some sort of friendship system which will give you different bonuses depending on how high you can get. So as you can see, the higher intimacy you can get for each character, the more rewards you can get. And these rewards are basically just pictures, so if you like collecting these kind of stuff, then it will definitely be right up your alley. And the way you increase this is by giving them gifts. Currently, I'm only focusing on this character, so every time I get a gift, I pretty much give everything to her. So just like that, intimacy has reached 350, learning a new skill. So not only do you get a bunch of pictures and storylines, but you also get a ton of skills and other buffs that will further help your town in progressing. So next up, how do you actually get these characters? So first you have this event, which is the Destined Rendezvous, where you can actually get free characters just by doing missions. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters that are for free, simply by doing your dailies and following these missions, which is pretty easy. So for this character, pay respects in ranking 12 times, which is basically a free activity where you can just do it every day for I think 3 days straight, and you can get this character for free. So just like what I said earlier, it's very easy to get characters in this game. You just have to spend time, and it's not even that a lot of time, honestly. So just to show you, there's usually a button here where it says pay respect, and you basically just have to click that and get it over with. So it's very simple. And the other way you can get characters is by using the recruit system, but this one is actually different from the gacha systems in other games. So just as usual, you have your wishing tokens, and you can do single pulls, or you can actually spend 9 of them to get 10 pulls. But the difference with this compared to other games is that you don't actually directly get characters from this, but instead you actually have a chance of getting this item, which is the Acquaint Stone, and this is what you will be using to get characters in this game. And it does have a very low chance, but you also have a chance of getting fragments for this, which once you collect 20 of them, you can merge them into one to get one of this item. And once you get 2 of those items, what you can do is you can either recruit families or fellows. So when we go to this section, you can see that I already recruited this character, and I have 4 more characters available for recruit. So once I get more of those items, then I can get these characters as well. But I would say that you don't necessarily have to stress about which character you have to get when you're min-maxing. It just really depends on which character you like more, and I honestly just recommend that you go for which character you like the best in terms of how they look. And speaking of wishes, once you boot up this game, the first thing you would want to do is go to the settings so that you can actually redeem the codes for this game. I'm not exactly sure what the codes are off the top of my head, but I will probably have that on the screen as well as in the description below. So definitely make sure to copy those codes and enter them in your settings. The codes will actually give you a ton of wishes and also a ton of resources that can be helpful in this game. So looking at my current progress, it actually didn't take me long to get this far. As you can see, I'm currently level 13, but I've only been playing around 1 or 2 days. So I was actually surprised to get this far by only playing for a few days. And I was able to do this because I was using Bluestacks to play this game. Because the biggest benefit of using Bluestacks is that you can use an auto-clicker in this game. So when you play this game, you have this thing called the farmstead, and what you can basically do is you can click this, and you can earn more money. But instead of spamming left click yourself, you can actually set up an auto-clicker on Bluestacks. So basically, all you have to do is go to the Play Store and search up auto-clicker. And for my preference, I use this one because it's free, and it's also one of the apps that has the most downloads. So after you download this, obviously open this up. And the first time you open this application up, it will ask you to allow some permissions in this application. So just turn on everything so that you can use this application properly. But basically, you just enable this, and then you go back to the game. And now you have this crosshair thing that you can place anywhere on the screen. So what I do is I basically put this on the scarecrow, but you can place this anywhere on this farmstead, and then you just press play. This will help you automatically farm gold, which is very useful. But the first time you activate this, it will actually be quite slow. So what you would want to do is go to the settings and set this to 45 to 50 milliseconds and try to avoid anything lower than 40 milliseconds because there is a chance that it can actually freeze your game. So for me, I put this at 45 milliseconds, which is more than usable. So what I do is I leave this game open for the whole night, and once I wake up, I have like 1 or 2 billion gems, which is really nice. And my biggest tip is that you should always follow this tooltip right here at the bottom left so that you don't get lost and you actually get a ton of rewards by doing the quests in this tab. So always make sure to do this so that you can progress in the game faster. So yeah, if you have any questions about this game, definitely let me know in the comments below. Also make sure to check out this game using Bluestacks using my link in the description below. And as always, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.